Yo, what's going on guys? It's your boy Poison Okami here, me, myself and I, back at it again with another video, and today's video is going to be a character guide for PTS Tenten. PTS Tenten is a very interesting character that I feel like she is a very unique character in terms of how CC2 made her in Storm 4 compared to how she was in the other games. Revolution and Storm 4, she's pretty much the same, very identical in both, very different to how she used to be in Storm Generations. So those old Star and Naruto players that remember her from Gens, she was a lot different and she's been nerfed a bunch since then. But anyways, let's take a look at PTS Tenten and how interesting she could be. So right off the bat, we have an amazing item set. I've covered this in my item set video. I said that she has one of the best item sets in the game. She has 3 grounded tags, and then kunai bombs, and then 2 air ones. Already, if all this connects, is quite a lot of damage, and then besides that, you also got 3 paper bombs as well, so that's also very good as well. Lots of fire damage there, as you can see. So right off the bat, really amazing item set. You know, doing stuff like this, you can always like pressure the block, and then just land, force land the grabs and stuff like that. Which I'll obviously talk about the grab later on. But yeah, like, really amazing item set that she's got going on. Really love this one. So let's take a look at the Jutsu. The combos. Also, I just want to say actually before I go into that is with these, you do want to use them for guard pressure. Doing things like this as well. That is like your best set. Using them for pressure. Also using them to shut down the supports as well. Especially these air ones, they stretch out real nice and far and they hit supports and then disable them. Even the ground ones can as well. So yeah, just be aware of that. It might be worth always playing Tenten with a strike back if you plan on having the first in the team. Obviously in this team I didn't actually choose a strike back, which is very rare for me. But yeah, it's just something to consider. If you guys have any questions in regards to how to use our items, then yeah, be sure to ask down in the comments, because yeah, these can be very annoying to your opponents. Get some free grabs off, some free guard pressure. You can do quite a lot. So moving on to her combo segment, she has very basic combos and not a lot to them. There's no infinite in her combos or anything, but obviously you can do like the jump chakra dash. So you can do like a few hits like so, and then jump chakra dash. So you hit circle 4 times, you can jump chakra dash like that. But as you can see, after all that, it does very little amount of damage. It's not worth it. So I wouldn't really have her as like your main combo player, because she doesn't do a lot of damage in her combos, but her combos do have some more technical uses to them. So right off the bat, I can tell you that her neutral combo that looks like this, she throws shuriken at the end of them out of her scroll, grounds the opponent as well. The only good thing out of it is that you can get a free spark dash out of it, and like a buffered spark dash. And what I mean by this is you can do this, do the input for a chakra dash, I'd spam it, and now she has a spark dash stored. So now you can obviously play as like other characters, do whatever you need, and then get a spark dash like this, and then go in like hella fast. So that is one thing that Tenten has, is a spark dash thing, like a spark dash buffer as well in her combo. Other than that, she has extended stun, and that's pretty much about it. As you can see, her combos do next to no damage. This is a full up combo, very small damage, does like just over a grab's worth of damage. And then this is the down combo damage. Does a bit more damage in the up combo, but still not a lot. And then the neutral combo damage looks like this. Probably does the least amount of damage of all. Again, not very good. Not not ideal. Wouldn't recommend it at all. Okay, so she has extended stun there, so you can use that to your advantage. And then I think she also has one in her down combo as well. There we go, yep, so she has extended stun there. So she has 2 extended stun options, so you can do it from here. If you want like the extra hit, the extra bit of damage, obviously you gotta be quicker on the UJ than I was. Or you can do it about here as well. And then that's the way to get your free UJ. So she is like a key way into getting your free UJs off, but other than that, her combos aren't really like meant for much else. Obviously, you can do this into the air combo. Air combo does a bit better damage than her ground combos, as you can see. Sometimes the problem with these air combos though is that your opponent can actually block at the very end of them. I'm not sure if this opponent is going to do it, but like I think, oops. The main issue I've had sometimes when playing Tenten, or I've even had it when people use a Tenten against me, is that they can actually block at the end there sometimes. I'm not really sure what the contributing factors is for that, but just be careful if that ever does happen. You can try and switch to another character, but just make sure you be careful when you're switching, because as you can see, there wasn't really a lot of range and I had to do a forced landing frames combo. So yeah, just be careful when you are trying to switch, that the character you're switching to has good, like, you know, combo range in the air. So those characters would be like Orochimaru or like or Revolution Sasuke. Characters that have long reach in the air, because when Tenten starts throwing her you know, her shurikens in the air, it makes it a little hard for the next character to reach. So yeah, that was a nice little setup. Oh, I messed it up. But yeah, there's that. But that's pretty much about it to her combo segment. So she has guard pressure like this. You know, you can do this, but sometimes it's not always consistent and they can actually jump out of it or counter you. Sometimes even during the combo here, about there, when she slams down that staff of hers like that, after that they can actually ninja move out of the combo. So if you're playing Tenten, just be careful. Be sure not to mash too much like this and try to do that, because obviously you will whiff. So when doing pressure with her, it is better to do it within the first few hits. So, you know, doing something like this. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You know, you can do like nice and fast like that. And then you can try and go for like a full up combo or something like that. As you can see, Tenten isn't a very heavy hitter. Other characters like Obito can like go through the colors a lot faster than she can. She actually does quite weak hits on block. So yeah, she isn't the guard breaker here, but she can actually pressure guards in other ways, just not through her combos. So what we learn from this is that Tenten's combos aren't great in strength. They're only good as a supporting combo. She's a good support combo. You know, like, even her, like, to be honest, her switch combo isn't very good either. It's not a lot of stun. Like, you have to convert extremely quick off of it, otherwise, you know, you don't get anything. She doesn't give great stun like other characters do. But she is a gateway to opportunity. That is how I see her. So she can do things like this. You know, that is her main use, is that she is a gateway, you know, character in terms of that, and that she can do, you know, some, if you're coordinated enough, you can do pressure like this, because she slides down the block. But yeah, that's pretty much about it in terms of like your pressure there. Let's move on to other elements of her kit. So let's go on to her grab. PTS Tenten's grab is a very basic one. I quite like it though, because it lifts him very high up in the air, and you know, you can leave him suspended up there and do some forced landing frame stuff. The only issue is that they can rebound when they reach the top as well, so you do have this issue. And then, you know, a lot of your shuriken are going to miss there. There isn't really too much about this that you can do. The rebound for them is actually guaranteed. Like, if they just hold the X button, they're gonna get it. So one thing I like to do is to bombard them with a jutsu like that when they land. That is your best answer for that very scenario right there. Another thing you can do is approach with items like so. You can basically, by them rebounding, you have a lot of options to do, you know, as they're coming down from the ground. And then if they choose to not rebound for whatever strange reason that they wouldn't want to do that for, you can do something along the lines of this. You can obviously follow up into your air combo. If you have strike back, do that into a paper bomb, get a strike back, then go into this and then into a jutsu or something. What else can you do? You can do force landing frame stuff, or a guard break even. But I'd still be able to land that combo even if I did a force landing frames combo. So, you know, there's that as well. You know, you got like a few options here. Do this, then that, and open them up that way. You know, basically just do anything that would just create force landing frames, basically. That is your best bet. If they rebound, obviously you got the options like I just shown you, so I don't know why I did a guard break there. So what I do is I wait a little bit and then bombard them with a jutsu like so. That is your best bet, is doing a jutsu as they're coming down. And you can do something like that. You know, meet them on the way down, or you can obviously delay the jutsu a bit, so have it so that they have to take it when they come down into the ground, like so. And then that is your free ticket into guard pressure. Excuse me, into guard pressure. Obviously, the opponent's going to like release a block because it's got rebound on, and for some reason, the FPC can't rebound on block. That is pretty much about it for the grab. That's everything I can think of. Basically, it's a way, if you land the grab, you have options for guard pressure and even openings after, depending on if your opponent rebounds or chooses to not rebound. There's a lot of players that's actually deciding not to rebound in certain situations, but there's always an answer for everything. Okay, so let's go on to the Jutsu segment. So Tenten's Jutsu is pretty straightforward. It's been nerfed from previous games. Like, the tracking used to be a lot more overpowered, and the spread didn't used to be as wide. But what they've done now is that they've made the spread wider in Storm 4, but made it so that it doesn't track as well. So it's quite a wide open spread. Sorry, let's get the chakra back a second. As you can see, it can be like ninja moved quite easily. So if you were to ninja move it, he probably isn't going to want to ninja move. Yep, as you can see, he went through it very easily. He had no problem getting through that. But there's just the odds weapons sometimes that can catch them off guard. But when they do hit, they do quite a lot of damage. Not only that, but a lot of stun. So even Tenten herself can actually like convert off of her own jutsu if they catch a ninja moving opponent, which is great because, you know, if that does happen, then you can play her in singles like pretty well. So that's always pretty fun. But yeah, that's something cool about Tenten's Jutsu. And then obviously with Tenten, things you can do off her Jutsu is you can actually ninja move. Sorry, not ninja move. You can double tap X, or what I do is I mash X like so, and then you can go in for that combo there, like so. So that's something that you can do. So yeah, Jutsu, and then you can do pressure like that with her as well. That's always an option. There's always options after things like this. And then on the block, she is great for obviously doing pressure. So, you know, you can do stuff like this. Use her supports, get all that damage in. Nice, lots of damage with Tenten. You know, she's really good for it. Do stuff like that to get instant guard breaks as well. That's always a fun one. This is why she works well with, you know, certain characters. But yeah, with her Jutsu, it does quite a bit like of block damage as well. Sometimes it can do more block damage depending on how many of the weapons hit. But yeah, I like using this on block. I like running with it as well. And obviously it gives you a lot of stun to convert into something else. So that's always fun. So yeah, that's always good fun. Tenten's Jutsu, you gotta enjoy. And then another thing that I like about Tenten is her tilt. So PTS Tenten's tilt is pretty good. Obviously on block it can only do 2 of the hits. You can obviously do the one, go into Chakra Shuriken, or you can do 2 and go into Chakra Shuriken. So, you know, there's so obviously the full tilt like this does this, blows them away. This means you can get strike back with it if you have a strike back support. Not only that, but you can actually cancel here. I should probably actually turn on the block here so you can actually see the stun a bit better. As you can see, they were stun locked for a while there, so you can get free stun lock off of it. Transitioning from the second hit into the third, it's got to be mid animation though, like so. So as she's about to like twist around and do that little twirl thing that she does, that is when you can go into it. And then you can land all hits before the final hit, and you can still convert. So I'll demonstrate one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, make sure the 5th one never hits. You just want to land the 4 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into Shisui, like so. And you can go into your combos and then do whatever you want. So yeah, I really like the tilt because it's got good range as well. So I can be stood back here, and sometimes, you know, it will hit. It's decent range, you know. I do like sometimes approaching with it as well. You'd be surprised by how often it can actually catch opponents like off guard. You know, it catches opponents off guard all the time. Very good tilt. Obviously you don't want to do it up close sometimes because it will whiff like so. But I mainly use it as a way to get in and start a combo, and obviously the tilt's damage isn't bad either. Like, it's actually pretty good, like, altogether. It's okay damage. I guess if it weren't on the guard break, it would do a bit more damage than that. So that's pretty much about it in terms of her main moveset. Obviously, she is like a shuriken character, so mashing a square like that with her is always good to do in the neutral game. With her neutral gameplay, you can start being aggressive like this from afar. You can do that. What I do is that sometimes I jump nice and high in the air like this, do all that, and then as soon as I land on the ground, I just do a bunch of jutsu like that, follow up. The thing is, like, there's like a psychology in this game, right? There's actually like a very interesting psychology in terms of how players work. The more you spam shuriken, I find, the more it encourages people to want to dash you, because they know that shuriken can be dashed through. So doing stuff like this and this, you know, stuff like this, it encourages someone to want to dash you. And then if they want to dash you, then you have an answer for that because you have a really good jutsu that can take care of that. So, you know, you can do this or whatever, now do that, and then do this. And then as they're about to dash you or whatever, you can do her jutsu and then open them up for a combo or whatever. She has a lot of, like, she's basically, the thing is with Tenten is that she's good at this game in her own way. That's the one thing I like about playing as PTS Tenten, is that she has her own unique style. She doesn't play like other characters. You gotta play her very tactfully, very mindfully. You know, doing a lot of long range pressure with her. Obviously, combine her with your supports. Run with the jutsu, get your free guard pressure like that as well. Like, she's really good for doing that type of stuff. That's what her shurikens are good for. And the fact that she can do this very well, yeah, it's very fun. But that's pretty much about it in terms of her moveset. I don't know if I should really bother showing off her awakening mode, because with her awakening, her moveset is exactly the same. So, as you can see, she just moved a bit faster, and everything else will probably just do a bit more damage, but that's pretty much it in terms of, like, you know, 10-10. It's just, yeah, as you can see, everything is still very much the same. You know, her combos are the same, her grab is the same, her jutsu is the same, and even, like, her tilt is the same as well, as you can see. So, you know, with all that being said, you know, she's just good at, like, she's basically a massive team player. That's what she is a massive team player. I'll just go over one last final conclusion of PTS Tenten before I end this video. So, like I said, combos, you got extended stun right here, go into your UJ or whatever, good fun. Not only that, but obviously with that you can also get a free spark dash in case you're trying to get like a free punish sometime. Just do a chakra dash right there, and as soon as they try to dash you, just get a free spark dash pass. Or if they're doing combo pressure on you, you can spark dash through their combo. It's basically like a storm 3 dash. And then grabs, you have multiple options after that. Like I said, they mostly like to do like rebounds after the grab. So if they're gonna rebound, just follow up with a jutsu. Make sure you always have the chakra to do a jutsu and follow up with a jutsu. That's always a good thing to do. And then her tilt, feel free to do it about this range. She really jumps in for it, and also convert off the tilt if you land it. The only reason you shouldn't convert is if you already have like a strike back support, and then you can do the full tilt, get the strike back, follow up whatever team UJ, jutsu setup, whatever setup that you have as well. Obviously, speaking of her jutsu, very good stun, you know, you can get a nice stun of it. I think she's got one of those stuns that if you choose to chakra dash it, I think it forces the opponent to block, so I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it forces the opponent to, you know, if their opponent like holds block, you chakra dash it, it gives them free block. So whatever you do, do not chakra dash. If you get jutsu stun, walk up and start mashing like this to get your conversion. Otherwise, you won't get the conversion. What I'm doing there, I'm drunk. And obviously with her pressure, you just want to be careful here because they can escape. Doing one hit like this is usually like quite a good idea. And as you can see, she does a multiple hits, and it takes a while for her to actually get the guard break as well. But that's pretty much everything I have to say about Tenten. In my opinion, she's good. She's a very tactical character. You want to be careful, obviously, using her kunai bags because she's only got the one set. Sadly, like, they don't reset or anything. So, yeah. But as you can see, she's very skillful, very tactical. You know, takes very good execution to play well. You just don't really want to be caught in a situation where you're stuck doing things like this, like you're just doing combos like this, because there isn't a lot of damage. And yeah, But the thing is, you can actually sometimes use that to your advantage because people do actually take that as a threat, and it does actually make them waste your subs. So if you're good like close range player, and you're good in like in the close range, like you know your chakra dashes are on point every time they sub, or you know when to jump and defend yourself at the right time and stuff, and then continue attacking, then it might be worth doing it because she is a good sub waster. Because people panic when they get hit, and when they panic when they get hit, their first reaction is to basically mash their subs. So if you got her mashing their subs, then she's a good like gateway into that. But like I said, when it comes to her comboing and playing her as a solo character, I see her as like a main like supporting character than anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for Tenten. If you guys have any questions about PTS Tenten, be sure to ask them down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to help you to the best of my ability. As always, it's been your boy Poison Okami. Enjoy learning PTS Tenten. Janne.